Welcome back. It's Jay Green, private lender, real estate broker, flipper, investor, and consultant located here in Whittier, California. And I wanted to address the 2021 California residential housing market and where it's headed next year. I have a lot of people that ask me this, investors, property owners, buyers, sellers, and they want my opinion on where the market's headed. And I want to know as well, as a business owner, as a flipper, as an owner of rental properties, as a private lender, I need to know where the market's headed. I did a lot of research, and also I spent time talking to various professionals here in Southern California, private lenders, owners of a lot of different property, real estate brokers, commercial brokers. I want to talk as deeply as I can about where California residential properties are headed. I'm not going to get too much into commercial or industrial or apartments because those are a different asset class, and there's a lot of complexities that go into where those properties are headed. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to talk about residential properties, single family homes, condos, townhomes. Right now, values have gone up quite a lot in 2020. Right now, our median house price is over $700,000. It's up about 15% from 2019 values. In 2019, it was about $590,000, the median house price. There's two main reasons why our real estate market is incredibly hot and why values are going up. And interest rates, and secondarily, it's supply or available inventory. We have very, very low inventory. On average, we usually have 6 to 7 months of available inventory. Right now, we have less than 2 months supply. So the demand for houses is so high right now that it's just driving values up. Interest rates right now are very, very low. The average 30-year rate, 3.2%, and it's 2.6% for 15-year loans right now. So the competition for the median house is very fierce. Only about 31% qualify for the median house price. There are 59% of property owners believe that it's a good time to sell, and 34% of qualified buyers believe it's a good time to buy. What made this year so interesting was really, COVID and the pandemic that we've all been experiencing and that are still currently living through. So in March of this year, when it occurred, I think a lot of us were really scared and were concerned that we were going to have this huge market crash. A lot of people projected that the California real estate market and the national market was going to crash because of people being out of work and people being underpaid their mortgage payments. And in March, I was having kind of like these 2007 and 2008 flashbacks to the Great Recession when we had our big housing crisis. And I was kind of bracing myself for that. But the government stepped in right away and they created the CARES Act. They were able to help the renters, property owners, business owners, people that were out of work survive during that period. So instead of a lot of property coming on the market or people losing their houses, a lot of people were given stimulus checks through the CARES Act, and this helped people get by, make their rents. And also some property owners entered into forbearance agreements. A forbearance agreement is where you work out a plan with your lender to either defer payments to the end or temporarily, put off your payments or make a lesser amount. So that's a forbearance plan. Now there are some foreclosures occurring national. We have almost 4 million properties that are in foreclosure just in the residential sector. And those are things to be concerned with. I want to talk to you about the values going into 2021. And Leslie Appleton Young, she's the chief economist and senior president at the California Association of Realtors. In October this year of 2020, she published her report. She's forecasting that into 2021 that the California real estate market, residential market, is going to experience about a 4.5% increase over this year. and that supply is going to remain tight, and you're still not going to see a lot of inventory because you're just not seeing a lot of houses on the market. You're a buyer, you're a seller, you're an investor, you're a lender, you own residential property, or you're a buyer going to buy a residential property, you can anticipate that in 2021 values are going to go up a little bit. And this is also supported with other experts, economists at Zillow, Redfin, Black Knight, CoreLogic. So there are a lot of other economists and professionals that forecast reports that do believe also we're going to have a really robust market next year into 2021. Now there are a lot of things going on behind the scenes that could change this into next year. We still have unemployment throughout California, but more people are going back to work. We had huge unemployment numbers and huge requests for unemployment benefits this year, but those numbers are improving as people enter the job market and as people have been able to work from home and do remote working. So our employment market has improved a little bit in that sense. Our government is working on a new stimulus package to help people, as an additional extension to the CARES Act. There are a lot of, people that are in forbearance or that are actually behind on their mortgage. Like I said, almost 4 million households are 30 days more or delinquent. And that can put pressures on on property owners, and where we can see maybe some foreclosures. Now, we had a lot of government intervention this year, especially at the state level. They stepped in and they created some moratoriums for renters, protecting them from evictions that are going to expire this year. So we could see potentially more evictions next year, which would impact rental properties. One of the things that's going to continue to fuel real estate values is interest rates. And the Federal Reserve has said that they're going to keep the federal discount rate between 0 and 0.25% through 2024. And therefore, you're going to see mortgage rates stay relatively low. Now, as far as the inventory side, unless we see more people bring their properties on market, maybe retiring people, baby boomers, or people that are now comfortable. One of the reasons you didn't see a lot of properties come on the market because of COVID was there were people that were very fearful of letting people into their homes and contracting COVID. It was very scary. A lot of things have improved since COVID. The economy, and the exciting news right now is that they do have a couple different vaccines. 2 different pharmaceutical companies are now creating the vaccine. I actually know friends that are doctors and frontliners that have already received the vaccine, and that's great news. We're going to hopefully be able to slow down or eventually stop the spread of COVID and be able to control it. People are afraid to go out and socialize and get together with their families and go out to a restaurant and go out to an event. And I think it's going to be a long process. I don't think our lives are ever going to be the same, and it's going to take us a long time. Even if we get a vaccine, it's going to take us a little while to reprogram ourselves and get comfortable mentally of being around other people and socializing the way we did pre-COVID. So great news with these vaccines. That's going to definitely help the economy. One of the good things that's happened this year is consumer confidence is very high. It's the highest it's been in 30 years. The Consumer Confidence Index says that people are very, very confident. About 70% of GDP, gross domestic product, is based on consumer spending. So it's very important to keep our economy moving, that consumer confidence is high and consumers are spending money. So that is a positive. Right now we are experiencing a recovery, what is more of called a K recovery, meaning part of the recovery is going this direction, skilled and professionals that are doing well, but then we also have a lot of the other part of our economy and population that's not doing as well. As we implement the vaccine and we start, really slowing or stopping COVID, that the downward part of the K start to also do better as they re-enter the workforce. So I'm optimistic that things are going to get better. I do agree with a lot of the economists and professionals that are weighing in on this, that values are going to go up a little bit next year, and that we're going to have a similar or maybe even a little bit better California residential real estate market into 2021. Low interest rates and low inventory, which is going to continue to drive property values up just that, about that 4 to 5%. So I'm anticipating a good market next year. Now, there are a lot of other things behind the scenes that we can't just turn our backs on that, do go through our minds, evictions, employment, what's going to happen in the commercial and industrial office space, multifamily. There are going to be sectors of the real estate market that are going to be not doing well. And obviously their owners, the tenants, the people that support those businesses, its impact on the residential sector, but that is yet to be seen. Give me a thumbs up if you like my video. Give me some comments. Tell me what I didn't cover or I forgot to cover, or your opinion on where the market's going. I do like people's opinions. I find them very valuable. So I'd appreciate you subscribing to my channel. I want to add more valuable videos that are applicable to you as a business owner, as a property owner, as a buyer, an investor, a borrower. It's Monday, December 21st, 2020. It's almost Christmas. Happy holidays if you don't celebrate Christmas. And I wish you a happy new year. And thanks very much for taking the time to watch my video.